All right, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be covering how to find factor pairs using an array model, factors and factor pairs using an array model. But this time you're not given all the information. It's kind of more of a mystery. You're probably looking behind me going, whoa, what is all that? I'll show you here in a second. So first I want you to concentrate just on this top one right here. It has a 1 right here, and this is going to be a blank, like we don't know what it is, and a 20 on the inside. So this, you can see, I kind of saved some time by not drawing in all 20 squares. You don't need to do that. If I already know, if I'm telling you there's 20 in there, you know that there's 20 squares in here. This dimension is a 1, and we have to figure out what this dimension is. How do I do that, you're saying? Well, I had to figure out this number. Remember, these we're multiplying these two numbers together to get 20. So what times 20, or what times 1 would get you 20? I kind of gave the answer away. 1 times 20 gets you 20. Now I have the same thing down here. I know that there's 20 squares in here, and I gave you one dimension, but we had to find the other dimension. And when we're looking for the other dimension, we know that this number times this number will give us the inside product. So 2 times something equals 20. Well, one way that you can do that is you can divide 20 by 2, or divide it in half, and you get 10. All right, I have one last one right over here. This time we're missing our side dimension. So something times 5 is 20. So we have to figure out how many 5s can go in here. So we can go 5, 10, 15, 20. And that gave me 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times 5 is 20. So if I were to ever give you a problem where I have one of these blank, it's your job to figure out what numbers multiply to get the inside. So with that said, I want to look at these ones I did here, and I want to find all my factors, not the factor pairs, just the factors. And remember, a factor is just one of the dimensions. So I have 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 20 is a factor, 10 is a factor, 4 is a factor, and 5 is a factor. So those are my factors. Those are all the numbers that you could multiply something to get 20. What are my factor pairs now? These are the more important ones. And the factor pair, again, remember, is the two numbers you multiply to get 20. So a factor pair is 1 and 20, or 20 and 1. You can write it any way you want. Here's another factor pair, 2 and 10, or 10 and 2. And my last one is 4 and 5, or 5 and 4. So today's work is going to be more of like fill in the blanks for our arrays that we've been doing for the past couple days. Normally we've been giving you the dimensions and you can find the inside. Now we're going to give you the inside in one dimension, and you're going to have to find the other dimension. And just out of curiosity, I want to know if this number right here, 20, is prime or composite. How do I remember what prime or composite means? Remember, prime means it only has one factor pair. How many factor pairs do we have down here? 1, 2, 3. So it is definitely not prime. It must be a composite, or it has more than one factor pair. So this is definitely a composite number. 20 is a composite. So today's video is short and sweet. You're going to have work that just looks like it, and we're also going to cover this in whole group. So I will see you then.